In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a team that can free you from the content creation process so you can grow your business with content without wasting all of your own time. You're busy, I get it. I'm an entrepreneur as well. I'm going to demonstrate how me and my team are creating nearly 100 pieces of content in a single week with just a couple of hours of my own time that is helping generate 50K months. We're spending about $2,000 per month with a full-time person from the Philippines and a part-time video editor. And because I'm in the business of content, I often ask myself, what is the difference between the 99% of people who can't get their program off the ground and the 1% who can? And it ultimately comes down to a lot of people that never start. They just see it as too much work and they get overwhelmed. And for the people that do get going, they don't have the right team and they don't get the help. And so they're not able to stay consistent. And when they don't see the results they want in the given time period that they want, they ultimately quit. So what is it about that 1%? Well, they get the right help for wherever they are and they just get going. And they prove out that ROI to themselves so that they can invest more and then ultimately grow their team and scale out their sales machine. Because ultimately, you want to get to a spot where the more content that you create, the more money you make. And that's what's going to give you the confidence to continue to build out and spend more on your content marketing program. All right, so now let's talk about how do you build out your own team. I like to keep this simple. I use the rule of 3. You want to look for 3 examples of things that you aspire to or that you like so that we can package that up and give that to the potential candidates so that they know what you're trying to do. You also want to think through what are the 3 benefits of working with you, whether that's how much you pay or how much growth opportunity there is or how flexible you are with when and where they work. Then you're going to want to think of 3 places that we can reach out to candidates. That could be on Upwork, or it could be on social media, or it could be into your own network. You might reach out to people you know and say, hey, do you have someone that fits what I need here? And then you're also going to want to try out 3 different people. You want to give them the same project. You can give them the 3 examples and really just see how it is to work with them. How do they communicate? What do they come back with? And that should give you a pretty good idea of someone that's going to be a good fit for you, and then you can go ahead and hire them. Now that process is pretty straightforward, but where I see people make mistakes is that they think of this candidate as a role like a video editor or a social media manager, but there's lots of different types of video editors out there, and what a social media manager means to one person is different from another. So instead of thinking of these as roles, you really want to think about what are the skills that I need inside of my content marketing program to make it successful. So let's talk about that. There are really 4 skills that you need inside of your content marketing program for it to be successful. You are going to need an architect. This is ultimately the person responsible for the business results, who is actually going to be responsible for generating revenue from all of this activity and content that you're pushing out to social media. And this one's pretty obvious. Who is the subject matter expert inside the company that is going to be creating the content and who knows what the audience cares about? And then you're going to need that creative person who can do the video shooting, the video editing, and can cut that video up in a creative way to make an impact on social media. And then you're going to need a distributor who is the person that is taking that content and putting it on social media and making an impact with the audience where they hang out. When you think of a political campaign, there's always people knocking on doors and interacting with the community. That is what the distributor does. And when you get this combination of skills correct, like one of my clients, Summit CPA, you can build a very efficient, high impact content marketing program. This is their YouTube channel. This has been instrumental in their growth. They're pumping out videos here. They're pumping out videos on their TikTok channel. They've got videos going out to LinkedIn and also Instagram, and they're only spending about $1,600 a month. That's in line with the budget that I'm spending as well. So you can see you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a very efficient and impactful content marketing program. All right, so we talked about the hiring process and the skills you need. Let's talk about how to grow that team. Let's talk about that first hire. What I see a lot, and there's nothing wrong with this works for a lot of people, is they hire a video editor and they also either already have an assistant or they hire an assistant to help orchestrate everything with the video editor, the recording, the post-production, the posting to social media. This can work really well. I'm going to show you some alternatives, something that we've been doing and something that's been working well with our clients. But more importantly, where I see people go wrong is they outsource the accountability of the program to the video editor or to the assistant or to their team in general, when really they are not prepared to achieve the business result of this content marketing program. Remember, in the hiring section, we talked about the different skills. The architect is the person that's responsible for the business results, and it's really hard to outsource that too early. So when you're thinking about growing your team, you really want to do it in different phases. And I have this mapped out in phases by income. It's a little bit arbitrary, but it gives you some idea of how you might want to think about phasing in the development of your program. And in phase 1, when you're making less than $15K a month, most likely the CEO is going to be playing multiple roles. They're going to be playing the subject matter expert. They're going going to be playing the architect, and they're going to be playing the distributor. It's really hard to outsource some of these roles to a video editor. The video editor is typically going to be focused on being creative, so the CEO typically has to be prepared to play these different roles. Now, as you grow, or if you have slightly more money to invest, you can do it in a slightly more advanced way where the CEO is really just playing the subject matter expert. They're still ultimately responsible for the business results. It's really hard to outsource any of the business results to anybody else until you have a lot of money to invest in your content marketing plan. But at phase 2 here, you really can introduce a new type of person into your team, which is really a content specialist. This is someone that isn't a video editor per se, but they can definitely do basic editing. They can work in Canva and create graphics, and they can also function as that assistant and work with your video editor to orchestrate everything around you. And they might also take on that distributor role. They might be hosting the content and interacting with your audience a bit and learning what's important to them and reporting that back to you. And both of these people can be playing a creative role. So when you start to think about how you can develop your team, this is likely what it will look like in phase 2. And then it's really in phase 3 where you're really generating a lot of revenue from your content marketing program, where you might be able to think about outsourcing that architect or hiring for that architect role, and then really just becoming the person that is only creating the content. And then you have that content specialist working alongside you, and you might actually have multiple part-time editors that are working for you. Now, I've spent a bunch of time thinking about what this content specialist does. We're actually helping clients hire this person and place them into their company. What's nice is really to develop somebody from the beginning that has all of the skills that you need to run the content program. You can just show up and record. They're really doing everything else for you, and they can plan and organize. They can do topic and idea research. They can pick clips from longer form video. They can do basic video editing. They can create thumbnails. They can post to social media. They can collect analytics, and ultimately they can help you film things over Zoom and really just run that content system, and day to day just help you produce a lot of video. And what we've been finding is that we can train somebody into this role in about 6 weeks. We've done this so many times that we've really developed our own training around it, that somebody can go when they haven't done anything related to this. We can walk them through a full training and show them how to do it. And we're actually working with Michael King on this as well. You can check out our testimonials. We're working with him. We hired this person and we placed this person into their company, and we're fully training them and integrating them into their company for them. So that content specialist role is really interesting, and you might want to consider that as you build out your team. So really, what are the next steps here? I'd love to invite you to the Content Academy. This is a free community that you can join. Everybody in there is trying to create really good video content. They're trying to develop the best people, and they're also trying to develop the systems to help them distribute content at scale. Love to invite you there. If that sounds interesting, make sure to check that out. It's at academy.sgplabs.com. And if you feel like you're a good fit to work with me one-on-one, you can reach me at connect.sgplabs.com. I'll ask you a few questions, and then if it seems like we're a good fit, we can talk, and then we can take the next steps from there. So as always, I hope you found this video valuable. Make sure to check out the next video. It's going to pop up right there. Check out the next video. I'm going to go in depth on content systems. How can you build out a scalable content system that will help you produce, like we do, 100 pieces of content easily in a given week and distribute that across social media? Check out that new video, Content Systems. I'll see you there.